Greetings and salutations. Hope everybody out there is doing fine. Beautiful, slightly cool night in the dog days of summer, August 28th, 2023. And I had a little bit of free time, so I figured why not play some Warhammer 2 and get that benchmark going, so that I had a recording of where I was at this time before I have to run off and do some work. And so I had previously been having a whole bunch of other audio issues and toyed around with a bunch of different filters and settings, and I think I have everything set up and should be good to go, green light on everything. And done a couple little tests and confirmed that things are okay and that my mic output and capture is fine, but if I speak very loudly directly into it, I'm pushing way up into the red. So I'll try to not blast anybody's eardrums out there, but I set up stuff like a limiter, so in theory, fingers crossed, nobody's going to have bleeding ears unless I start telling bad jokes again. At any rate, there was just a recent patch with Warhammer 2, and it didn't really do anything. Like, it added some sort of feature or something, but everybody was up in arms in the forums about how this new patch just totally ruined mods and stuff. But I am currently going to be playing the vanilla version, and I have most of my graphic settings and everything down low, just like I had before previously to the other long-winded explanation talkie piece that I had, I then had a recording session after that talkie piece where I was mostly in this settings menu at first, but like I made a recording after that of gameplay and I had audio issues, and I had explained everything the way I had wanted to go about doing stuff, and I don't know. It just didn't capture stuff the way that I had wanted to in that recording session. So here's another attempt at just having some fun while I've got some free time to do so. So let's just get right into it and play Louen Leoncoeur. I'm not going to be doing the narration and talking and everything. I'll let people pause if you're interested in reading or hearing what the text is. I'll let it all play out, but I'm not going to talk over it. See you on the other side. I said I wasn't going to be talking, but in case anybody hasn't fast forwarded or something through this section, yeah, it's a long load time. I have an SSD. This is installed and running off of an SSD, but maybe I got to look into that M.2 drives or something at some point. I do have Warhammer 1 installed on a platter drive, and let me tell you, that's really, really slow. Even the older title there, I highly recommend if anybody's still playing on platter drives to install your games, especially a big game like the Total War series, the newer titles. Make sure it's on an SSD. I think that's a requirement for the newest stuff, but technically I think Warhammer 1 and or 2 could be played on a platter drive, but I do not recommend it. Load times would probably be 3 or 4 times as much. I hope everybody's had a good summer.
Greetings to you, benevolent Royak. Blessed is your rule over Bretonnia. Yet darkness spreads from abroad and threatens your kingdom. The threat is real. It must be faced. To the east, the greedy merchant princes of Marienburg conspire to consolidate their riches. Observe that much wealth flows into Marienburg, but very little emerges. Further south, in the Grey Mountains, greenskins and dwarfs vie for control of the peaks. Whoever wins may yet cause trouble for you, my lord. Beyond, the wood elves in their mysterious forest protect their homes. Whilst at the coast, the Duke of Bordello is as unpredictable as the roiling sea, and as secretive as the watery depths. Elsewhere, the unliving lords of Mousillon wage war against mortal men. The bickering dukedoms ignore the looming threat, and so it falls to you to act, my liege. Only a united Bretonnia can face these growing perils. Raise your banner, King Leoncoeur, and drive this evil from the world in the Lady's blessed name.
Okay, good old Crone, good old Louen Leoncoeur, and my favorite in Warhammer 1 and Warhammer 2. I didn't really play the other various Bretonnia factions in Warhammer 1 too much, to be honest, or Warhammer 1 that much, to be honest, at all. My computer at the time that I had it wasn't running the game very well, and then by the time I had a computer upgrade, Warhammer 2 was out. So why go back when there was stuff like Mortal Empires to go and play and enjoy? At any rate, let me go and just double check my task manager, make sure everything's copacetic. Settings wise, if I see stuff going into the red, there might have to be another culling of programs in the background. But I do have just about everything shut down except for OBS and Warhammer. Web page do I have open? I don't need a web page open. There we go. Get rid of that. Double check system settings again. Yeah, that didn't need to be. That was a whoopsie. Let me sorry for the hold up, folks. If it was any longer, I'd restart the whole thing, but I'm good to go now. All right. So, full transparency, back when I was in the campaign settings, it was on easy battle difficulty. For this test, like I was doing a bunch of tests on another couple campaigns to see whether or not the changes affected anything, whether or not things were good. But yeah, this is just a very hard, and then the Chaos Invasions are on Legendary, quote-unquote. I'm doing quotation marks, but you can't see it. That we may or may not get to that in this Let's Play. I'd love to get to that, because I still have yet to get to that point in a campaign, even to this day, even after years and years and years of playing Total War Warhammer. Now that even Warhammer 3 is out and everything, and it's starting to get long in the tooth, metaphorically speaking. But I still love Warhammer 2. I was having some problems playing Warhammer 3, so decided to switch back and play some Warhammer 2. And it's just so crisp and clean and sharp and snappy and performs so much better on my old ancient potato PC that, yeah, we're just going to start with this, and then maybe we'll see if OBS can handle Warhammer 3 on my current system and settings and whatnot, and go from there. But I won't go into full depth explanation mode over everything like I did for the last recording, but in case you wanted to see what was here, I'll try to slowly-ish, for a few seconds, go through these first few menus and give a few seconds if any of you who might be watching haven't become totally immersed and familiar with all of this content before. But this is all like second nature to me. I've done it hundreds of times.
The Dukes of Bretonnia have resided under a chivalrous code for many years. Honor this tradition, build upon the great foundations of Gilles le Breton, and lead the knightly orders forward to glory.
Oh, I will do just that, Mr. Advisor. Don't you worry. All right, this is all just like, these are your objectives, figuring out what to do and how to win the campaign, quote unquote, win the campaign. You only need 800 chivalry, and I'm hoping by turn, like, oh, I don't know, 50-ish, that I'll have over 2,000 chivalry. So, like, you could win a Bretonnia campaign really quickly and easily, because, I mean, late game is usually turn over 100 or so, and that's when the Chaos Invasions happen in Warhammer 2, as far as I know. But my campaigns are usually kind of fizzled out by, like, turn 80-ish, so I usually don't get to that point. But let's see, did we luck out? We did not luck out. We only have a determined Damsel of Heavens, but it's still good to put her in the army.
Grant me your gifts,
Let me change the camera settings, because I hate having to set it each time. There is a nice little quality of life mod that's very useful that you can have that saves the camera settings. It's a nice lightweight mod in Warhammer 2, but in Warhammer 3, for whatever reason, due to however they changed the scripting and whatnot, it's like not as easy to set that up. And the creator of that mod back from Warhammer, it might have been Warhammer 1, I never really looked at mods at that point, but that creator of that mod in Warhammer 2 did not continue his work onto Warhammer 3, and the person that picked it up, or people that picked it up, sort of like the concept for it in the after that, they I don't know, they're working with parts of the data, but I don't think that user that created the mod for Warhammer 1 and or 2, definitely 2, I know, can confirm that was out there for 2. I don't know if those people are now working with the full data set. Yeah, I'll just do the menial tasks of some early diplomacy and see if I can squeeze some money out of my neighbors. Always good to do diplomacy and yep, see if I had just accepted it's only 100 gold, but like every little bit counts at the beginning of a campaign. Alright, I've had it before where if you wait for a little bit, they'll give you money and do a much better trade agreement afterward. So let's just see if they do that. Yeah, alright. So next turn, hopefully they'll do a trade agreement here. If I had waited and not done the non-aggression pact, they might have given me even more money next turn, but I don't know. I just want that relation to be going up. And I was just talking about how you need every single little scrap of money you can get, but sometimes I'm willing to sort of skirt around that a little bit. All right, I have plans to go down to Sartosa. Sadly, it looks like in this roll of the diplomacy dice, Alberic isn't so super friendly right now to sign various other campaigns or various other agreements with me, like a trade agreement. But he'll give me some money with just a non-aggression pact.
As you said.
All right, well, that's a little bit of money. It's not too bad. I do want to go and kill the Fae in Warhammer 2. The replenishment for Bretonnia is super, super weak. In Warhammer 3, they did give the damsels the boost replenishment when embedded into an army instead of increased chance of magic item dropping. But in Warhammer 2, there's no such luck, so it's in your best interest to get the her defeat trait for the Fae Enchantress, so planning to beat her up a little bit. All right, let's see if I can get some more money out of them. And I shall bring you. I've had it where they've done a trade agreement with me in the past, and after one of the updates or something, they don't seem to ever want to do that trade agreement like they did when they first rolled out the 1,000 Ma's way back when. Well, give me some money, I think. Let's see if he'll give me 400 for it. Probably not. No. Yeah, you got to be careful, Warhammer 2. If you click multiple times, you could end up accepting a counter offer that might not be in your best interest. So, word to the wise: be slow and careful when doing your diplomacy actions here. All right, he'll do 300. That's not too bad.
To war.
At your service. You are no friend of the
wary. They are not wary. They are at war with Lyonese, and I don't like that. And could get a trade agreement. I think I'm going to hold off because in the past I've had getting a trade agreement with Clathik, or however you pronounce them. That's not always the best because they're at war with them. All right, they're not wary, so I can do a trade agreement with them. They usually die off, which is fine. Trade agreements are a lot easier to get in Warhammer 2 compared to 3 because they're not based on how many unique trade goods you have. But at the same time, you also have to have an open trade lane in Warhammer 2 compared to Warhammer 3, where literally anytime you see a faction, you can open up trade agreements with them, even if they're all the way over on the other side of the map. All right, forget how. It's been a while since I've done one of the Louen campaigns, so I forget exactly how much I should expect to get out of each agreement here. I wanted to say that I could get 800 out of them in the past. All right, yeah, there we go. That'll help the little piggy bank. Musalon, out at war with. I like to try to get the jump on Musalon in Warhammer 2. In Warhammer 3, you start out at war with them. You don't even have a full province. It really throws me off thinking about, oh, it's been a while since I played Louen in Warhammer 2. Is that all the diplomacy I want to do for now? I'm about to have to do some more diplomacy before I end the turn, once I do my army movements in battle here. I think that's good for now. And this is sort of like shaking the rust off stream recording. I say stream, but yeah, this is a let's play, let's be honest. I'm not going to be doing it. So yeah, in the current version of Warhammer 3, Bretonnia has the new thing, so damsels have vows, but they don't have them here. It's pretty silly. Oh, you know what? I screwed up. I should have done what I was going to suggest for... I want to make a guide. I'll have to incorporate this to the guide. But whenever you do diplomacy, you want to have additional lords hired. And then I'm just using my little... I'm using the namespace here to be my cheat sheet to explain what type of character this is. So she's going to be a caster of mine. She has the trait phlegmatic, however you pronounce that, sorry. But I pledged her to chivalry, which I count that as a V in the naming plate. So this is my little code for, like, she has the vow. And if I have this in a character's name, I know that I've picked the vow. I try to time that. I screw up once in a while, but usually this helps me keep track of who's got what. And then as she completes this, or any other character that I remember to do this process on, as they complete this, I will then change this to, for example, if she does the full Knight's Vow, it would be KV, and I capitalize it because in Warhammer 2, unlike what they changed and fixed in the patch in Warhammer 3, you can get free Knight's cheese, which I'm not particularly planning to do, but if it lines up and it does happen, I'll just accept it. May not lead into it a lot, but whatever. I'm really happy about the fact that there's a treasure spawn right here. Warhammer 3, there's been sea treasure crashing that I've been experiencing. I don't have any positive words to say about it. It has finally been recognized by Creative Assembly that it's an issue, and they might be fixing it at some point, but for now in Warhammer 2, I have yet to see a crash with the sea treasures. I know it's ironic, crashing with sea treasures. What do you do, sail into it? Well, I mean, look at it, like their boat crashed over here. Anybody could crash into that mysterious island. What is this even called? What is it? Is it a remnants of a battle? All right, the battle included naval combat, which sadly we still don't have, or even on the horizon for any of the new Total War anything, let alone Total War Warhammer. But maybe one day, maybe modders one day they can add that. But all right, I think I've done all the stuff that I can do before doing my initial battles, so here we go. Already been recording for 16 minutes. Jeez, sorry for taking so long there, but a little bit long-winded, just chit-chatting, jibber-jab. All right, it's very important I don't have my research on. For anybody not familiar with factions that are able to get the follower with the, I think it's initiate for heroes, to gain initiates, characters that are involved in a combat that gain a rank. So from level 1 to level 2, level 2 to level 3, so on and so forth, all the way up to level 40 on any characters that are present in a battle. If you have your research on, it will never spawn the initiates, but if you have research turned off, any time that a character levels up for whatever reason, they have a chance of granting, I don't know the exact percentage chance, but it's probably somewhere in the game files. Modders or people that are familiar with the internals of the system could probably figure that out and know exactly how much it will be, but there's a pretty substantial chance, and the more characters you have present, the better. That's why I hired this second lord over here. And if you're not familiar with Total War, Warhammer in general, most factions have to pay an additional upkeep on their supply lines, what it's called. There would be a little indicator here on the top right, and like a little red flag. If you're playing a faction that has additional supply lines, but Bretonnia does not have supply lines. So I love getting an extra lord, which is why I would have suggested to have an extra lord out, because it slightly weighs the diplomacy actions in your favor to have more strength. Part of the weight behind the decisions on whether or not they're going to accept something. It won't show it here in this, but there's a hidden value for it. In Warhammer 3, it does show some values like that, and it ever so slightly shifts it up, and it can get you a tiny, tiny, tiny bit of extra gold for some agreements, especially in Warhammer 3. But in Warhammer 2, it still does help. It could change the difference between getting an agreement or not. However, prophetesses have a lot less strength than as if I had hired just a generic lord. So if I really wanted to push it slightly better, it would be a lord, but I don't think it would have shifted any of these diplomatic actions in my favor enough to really make that much of a difference. But in case you're ever in a situation you want to squeeze every single little bit out and be fully 100% optimal, hire the additional lord if you're playing a faction that doesn't have supply lines. There's only a few. I think the Chaos Dwarves have no additional supply lines either. But all right, here's my first little battle. Should be good to go. All right, I am tempted to do the auto resolve, but I don't want to take any losses before going into the next battle. No need for that. I have walked out of these battles with 0 losses, but I've also lost a few troops here or there due to mistakes and had to use the replenishment option, but we'll just see how it goes. It's been a while, so I am a little rusty. Oh, it's so snappy and fresh and smooth. All the user interface. There's no tiny bits of lag here or there to interact with things. I don't have to worry about it being crash prone. It's so nice compared to Warhammer 3. These are my old hotkey combos for stuff, like specific combinations for these guys. And all right, it's the same map it's been for a long time. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, if anybody happens to watch this and you know, wasn't it that the map was slightly different in the past, or they rotate what map you fight on for the initial battle? Because it was not this map when Warhammer 2 first came out, when I was first playing. And then all of a sudden, at some point, one day, they made it this map. And it's been this map for a very, very long time. But I want to say it was a totally different map. Like, way, way, way long ago. And that's to say, I could say the same thing about several of the other initial battles / map locations and whatnot. Alright, so my typical setup over here. Make sure everything over here is on guard mode. I do miss having a hotkey for certain actions like unit abilities over here. Like in Warhammer 3, if you hold down shift and press either 1, 2, 3, 4, as the abilities start showing up here in this part of the UI, it would do the hotkey instead of having to move your mouse over and click it, and I do miss that. And there was also a hotkey for toggling guard mode on and off and other stuff like the skirmish mode, fire at will, blah blah blah, but it's okay. I gotta respect the game for what it is and just enjoy the content, I suppose. Alright, do my typical opening where I rush at them, where all their army stupidly moves forward and they leave their mortars completely exposed to my knights here. Oh, I hit one of them, but somehow I guess his banneret was too high and they saw him over the hill somehow. Silly. Alright, well, they are moving one spearman unit over. That's... maybe I positioned them slightly off of where I normally would have positioned them, I suppose. So... gotta push these... back. Alright, well... I'm not faking out the spearmen here. They don't know exactly where I'm gonna attack. If I use these the right way, I can push back the archers. Well, the crossbowmen. They're not archers. Let's have them aim at that. Then move away from the spear unit so they don't get impaled. And then bring out the Knights of the Realm. Let you chase them down. How about you keep making them skirmish, because the AI is really dumb in Warhammer 2. Not that it's not done in Warhammer 3, but there's certain things you could do with the AI in Warhammer 2 that you cannot do in Warhammer 3. Like this rampant skirmishing happens in Warhammer 2 that it does not happen in Warhammer 3. It's pretty funny. Watch them have their ranged units just sort of continuously back up just because I'm threatening to land, giving a new move order over and over and over again. I haven't finished that off yet. Well. There we go. They're dead now. And Lewin's almost under attack from him. Let's do a charge. And for my own arrows. Yeah, it's silly in... wait a minute. Does he does have... okay, he does. Yeah, I was gonna say. He does have perfect vigor in this. During the last big update they did for Warhammer 3, for Bretonnia anyway, they changed and gave Louen perfect vigor and Grail Knight type attributes for him on his special Hippogriff mount, Equi. But I don't think that's present in Warhammer 2. He has the... in campaign, it's mostly a multiplayer thing. But in campaign, he has the Grail vow completed. He has all vows unlocked. But in Warhammer 3, to help in multiplayer battles, they gave him like some extra HP, buffed his stats up in that mode, in multiplayer battles. So that instead of just... because in campaign he already has the perfect vigor and stuff like that, but they buffed Hippogriff Knights and gave some similar buffs to Louen, which are quite fitting. Glad they finally got around to doing that. Just gonna intimidate them and just keep cycle charging. Yep, there we go, army losses. Chase them down. Now, I've had conflicting experiences and different bits of information regarding what happens when certain things happen. Let me turn off the ranged fire from these ranged units so I don't keep talking about what I was saying. Alright, stop shooting poor Louen. Turning this on, but no more. He's got it, guys. You save your arrows. Save your arrows for the next battle. Not that it works that way, but yeah. In between each battle, no matter how much ammunition you've used, that it gets replenished during the next battle. It's kind of silly and a little bit immersion breaking, but you just have to imagine there's a supply chain, supply wagon, like off camera somewhere back over here, that they pull in just this amount of ammunition here, and then as soon as the battle's over, they go back to that wagon, or the wagon catches up to them, and they can finally replenish their ammo. But only just so much. They can only fill their bags of holding only just so far. Anyways, let's just fast forward through this. Anyways, the thing I was trying to talk about was the fact that if you chase down stuff, supposedly you don't get extra experience, but I've seen situations where you do get extra experience and situations where you don't. Situations where you don't are these initial starting battles, but I've seen in other battles, if you're chasing down units, you get a tiny pittance of experience. So in the grand scheme of things, it probably doesn't matter at all, but I still like doing it. Maybe you get more money when you kill more stuff in Warhammer 2. I know in Warhammer 3, they definitely have changed it so that what the reward you get is dependent on how many casualties or how many captured enemy troops you get at the end of a combat, and you get way more if you can kill the enemy lord and or heroes, in particular and especially the lord in Warhammer 3. But you also get another bonus. It's increased further with whatever you've also captured. So it's not reflecting any of the stats like that, like how many are captured here in the screen. The next screen after this will show how many units are actually captured. So yes, when the body gets impaled by a knight charging down on it with a lance and the horse tramples over it, yeah, it's captured. The bloody corpse on the ground. It's yes, yeah, eye rolling. Of course, that's exactly how it works. It's captured. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Captured by corn, probably. At any rate. Oh, siege weapons. Oh, we all love how important those are, don't we? Man, siege weapons could have been so cool in the Total War games. Like, after playing tons of Age of Empires and stuff and seeing all the different things you could do with them. Like, let's be honest, in Age of Empires 2, the siege towers are also useless there, but... Alright, I've captured 90 troops, and that should reflect... And it doesn't reflect on how much... If you capture none of the troops, do an auto-resolve, and kill all of them, slash capture all of them, or you just get army losses and let several units worth of stuff get away, like... The amount captured won't really change the ransom captives, but in Warhammer 3 it does change it, and it increases it. All right, that's a decent amount of money at the beginning. I was just talking about how much money is important here. Ah, that was a terrible drop. I was hoping for Tollkeeper. Basically, every single time that I get any drop anywhere from anything, I want there to be Tollkeeper. So that's my hope. All right, use the little hotkey. I do want Expel for the next battle. No, I didn't get anything good. Let's increase that magic find chance and cross our fingers here for the next. Telling defeat my butt. Oh man, I've done this so many times. Regardless of whatever we get on the settlement after this battle, I'm just gonna keep playing for this Let's Play. But I am hoping for a stables, the rank 2 stables. But if I get the what is it, the Cinnabar mine, or is it Dies? What Marienburg has. I'm tired. I was washing some windows today and doing some work. It was pretty hot out, and I stayed up late last night gaming. I should have been doing a Let's Play back then too, but at any rate, this should be a nice cakewalk. There's examples of folks doing this online with 0 losses, Legend of Total War in particular, but I'll do what I can. I've gotten out of this with 0 losses plenty of times in the past. Now that I'm making a recording, see if I can continue to keep up the momentum that I've had so far. That was a pretty good opening one where I've lost some HP. I've had it where I've lost literally 0 HP, but I was talking and slightly distracted.
fire!
Turn off that. Turn that on. Sure, she's in front. I think they're a little too far over. They'll be in the range of this tower. They usually don't set up for this one, but sometimes they do.
I see much.
And archers on the wall. Perfect. I was hoping for that. And no melee units on the wall. Very nice. Sometimes they set up that way, sometimes they don't. I've done this battle so many times that I've started to try to like test to see exactly what situation, like where you put your troops, see if there's a way to get them to get up on the wall or not. And I can't find any rhyme or reason through my testing so far. Let's forward a little bit. I want to keep an eye on these guys. Oh, what are you doing? No, get back up the wall, guys. Don't go down there. None of that unit's down there. Back. I don't want to lose too much HP on Louen. He'll heal it through the end turn, but I'll have a faster victory if he remains healthy. Inflict army losses on them much sooner. Ah, they're shooting at him. I don't like that. I'll force him to get away. Come on, come on. Back off, back off, back off. Crossbowmen, sorry. Get out of here. Get. Shoot. No, leave. Get, move.
The lady wins it! Hastily! At once! Full fields! Swiftly! Post haste!
Yeah. Good.
Hastily! Take the ground! Immediately!
Try to force these guys back here.
We obey! Post haste! Hastily! At speed! Swiftly! At
Come on.
once! Cry your ways! With haste! Swiftly! Put it! With haste!
As a wrap around. Is it just one dude? 27 dudes, okay. Some of them must be stuck over on the other side. No. Yeah, this is the last dude that's over here. The rest of them must be back over this way. Over here. Try to horse sandwich these guys before the melee units get there. Come on. Break the morale. Damage sustained. Attacked in the flank. Come on. We're supposed to attack him in the rear. Alright, that's fine. That's good enough. Get him back off for now. Chase down these crossbowmen. I keep just wanted to call them archers. The icon doesn't show the crossbow. It's just the arrow. Bow and arrow. I'm gonna blame that. Alright, stuck. Good. And charge out. Escort these guys up back over here. In the meantime, I can start blasting down this.
What do you bid? The lion's will.
They finished.
Battle ready. With haste.
Run away! Run away! So every time they say Ulrich's teeth, I think they're saying Ulrich's something else, and I don't know if I want to repeat that in this recording, but it sounds like it's something else other than teeth, we'll say, in my opinion.
Oh, nice! With haste! It shall be down! Hastily! At once! Post haste! Put it!
Right, they get in front, they get behind. Let's just charge on them, see what they can do. They're dumb enough to stay down here instead of activating these towers. It would be a nice clean little finish up on these guys, because they already, the other crossbowmen's off the field. Nope, they're getting smart. Getting up on the wall. How many lived? 23? Yeah, they're getting shot at by the towers now. That's not good. No, don't die, Pegasus Knights. Come on, bronze shields, do some work. I think they're out of the firing arc. Alright. I was kind of hoping they were going to leave one of their units, a couple of their units back over here. Almost broke through. No, they came back. Alright. Let's see if I can send one of them back. Walls are breached. Good. Start setting up this That tower's still activated. By what? There's nothing. Oh, there's one dude. There was one dude up there. He was gonna fire all the arrows. That one dude. No, they reactivated it somehow. What? Is there one dude stuck up there still? Nope, the flag's going down. All right.
Champion of the lady.
Hey, you better run away. Get your yet, my pretties.
Understood. Take the ground.
Should be more than enough to finish that off.
Swiftly.
I don't like it when they get over to that side that much, although it'll make it easier to bombard them.
Clear out.
Here.
Run. Run, man.
Try to leave an open pathway for the Knights of the Realm to charge through if and when they are needed. Finish them? Yes. Good, good, good. All right. I wonder if they didn't get up on the walls here because I had this second unit over here and they got up on them before because I had both of the units out there trying to chase it down and finish it off. Something to keep in mind. They don't always break off like that. I'd prefer if they were both on the wall. That's ideal. And if they're not both on the wall, oh what? Oh well, so what? You know. But not going too bad so far. Fast forward. They're in a nice bombarding position. Am I in the right position? No, of course I forgot because I was talking. All right. Yes, yes. Stand still. Right over here, friends. Right over here. Oh, whoop. Oh.
Priestess of the lady, daughter of Bretonnia.
Too fast for the hotkey. Go in there with to the realm. Louen should come. If I countercharge them over here, they're not braced right now because they're fighting my unit. Let's flank them. And then flank them again. Double flank horse sandwich, go! That's right, you better break. I wasn't paying attention. That was silly. I shouldn't have lost those troops. That's okay. Like I said at the beginning of this, nothing has to be. Sort of smashed some stuff up. It's just... Oh, guys. Right. 5 dudes left. Let's set back up here and rest.
With haste! Hastily! At once! The lady's chosen! At once!
It is her will!
King of Bretonnia! Spare man at arms! Awaiting orders! Biggest knights!
If I move too close, I'll be in the firing position for the trebuchets. Not what I want to have doing. The trebuchets killing my poor Pegasus Knights. I'd prefer it if they were standing around without their shields fire, so let's hold on.
Stop firing!
Linking into their shield. This is fine though. This is, in fact, I want to move up.
King Louen Leoncoeur! This is my will! Biggest knights! Sons of Bretonnia! Protect!
More rocks coming there? I love it when they pass over each other. Even juicier targets. More army losses, I'm pretty sure. What is being held in the hammer? Or is it helmet hammer? Nothing like arm and hammer, right? Here comes some more beautiful shots. Oh, look at that. Well, they're doing a good job defending the center. After playing some Warhammer 3 and witnessing how awful the AI is in sieges, I actually almost kind of respect the fact that these units are hanging back and defending their final point to the last man, basically. Like, that's actually commendable, which is kind of sad, to be honest. Hold your ammo here, guys. More rounds of archer fire might trigger losses here. I think this whole group has just under missile fire. Okay, so fine. How about another round over? I got all the way back up to, oh, damage by artillery was still on them. I kind of fired again prematurely. Gonna fire? That was a pretty impotent volley. One or two of the shots didn't fire yet. How about you don't shoot into him? I mean, it's good to shoot at him, but kill the guy running right at you, maybe?
King Louen Leoncoeur.
Yeah, just like that.
Glory to Bretonnia.
Bring
them to their knees. Peasant bowmen! By the lady! Advance! A pace!
And they run away. Yeah, we got army losses right there. Alright, I'm not gonna go and chase down anything else. Let's just end this. I don't think it increases the loot from sieges if you chase down the garrison or whatever armies are in there. Maybe it does. I could be wrong. But yeah, lost 9 troops to their... Must have been friendly fire. What, the archers must have taken out one of them. My own spearmen. But everything else is intact, and I'll recover those losses over the end turn easily. 42 minutes, not too bad for the initial recording. I've gone faster, I've gone slower, whatever. Pretty average for my gameplay. Probably stop around the 1 hour mark, so probably be enough time to go through this full end turn and then do the battle with the orcs. I don't have as much to talk about after this leading up to it, so I can narrate, I think, mostly what I'm doing without having to stop and pause to explain something. I mostly remember what I'm doing. Hope everybody's having a good time right now. I am right now. Decisive victory, fingers crossed. Do I get the thing? Oh, it's so tempting. Almost 8 grand and I replenish, but yeah, no, I want that. I want the stables. And I did not get the stables. Yeah, it's Cinnabar Mining Pit. Alright, well, at least I got the Blessing of the Lady. Magic resistance. Woohoo! Too bad I can't merge that item like in Warhammer 3. So, that's... it technically improves my character slightly. Magic resistance is actually pretty good in Warhammer 1 and 2. Now magic spell resistance, which is what it became in Warhammer 3, it's not good. That it is garbage. Alright, well, if that was a stables, I would have been able to get a paladin over here, but I can't get a paladin over here. It wasn't a stables. Which both of these aren't ideal. I want the defense one for melee defense or the attack one for melee attack. That's pretty good early game too. The hit bonus to versus large is pretty good, but I don't think they have a single large anything except for their cavalry in that army over there. They do have some missile units, so I think I'll take missile resist. Yeah, word of the wise, if you hire a new character, usually if there's no enemy agents or armies around the town or city that you hire that character on, you can do little infinite movements like this. Oh, back and forth in position, the character slightly closer to where you might want them to move on the next turn. Chivalry again. Very simple process, just... which one? MR for... It's Mr. No, it's missile resist. It's my little personal little code to figure out who's got what and what's got who. And then... Yeah, let's get improved harmonic convergence. Woohoo. Alright, since there's no knights to hire over there and whatnot, let's get some peasant bowmen. And... did meet some more factions, I think. I met Middenland. Yeah.
Yes.
And join war with them. Against the Skull Takers for... Whoops. Let's click. At least 300? Maybe 400?
I refuse.
How about 350? Come on, I'm really hurting here. Well, frog going through him. No. Join war. Skull taker.
Not likely.
Oh, let's just do 300.
Indeed.
Better than nothing. They usually get eliminated over the first turn, so it's always a safe bet to do it, and an extra 300 gold for doing it. Improves relations over there. Not that I always necessarily want to have good relations with them, but, you know, same thing with this. I don't really care. He won't pay. He'll never pay. I've never seen him paying. I should have tried it just for the sake of posterity, but I do like trying to be friendly with Nakai. He usually gets killed early on, but if I ever happen to go over to where he's wandering, you know, be nice to be friendly with him. But yeah, I might have to go to war with Clothique. I've seen them take out Lyonese, and I've even seen them take out Musalon in Warhammer 2. Warhammer 3, not so much, because you're usually dealing with demons on the donut, but anyway. Oh, I definitely want to get rid of that. Do this commandment, even though I don't have any other research boosts, and it's not going to reduce the amount of turns it takes to research something, sadly, until I get a whole bunch of other sources of that research reduction. I like the 10% building cost reduction. So there, yeah. All right, anything else I want to do here? I'm tired. Nothing can come in time for global. Yeah, I think that's it. All right. Some treasures over here. I'm tempted to make a detour off of my next turn's strategy and go up and grab those. Now I'll do it with another lord over here, because even if I sent the first lord, this the pirates, the neutral pirates, might take out the treasures before I get to them. And I'm still pretty low on money. Good old janky camera. Why did it zip down to the lower left quadrant of the map? Very silly. He's low. Oh, look at that! Skull Taker's destroyed. Oh, wonderful. Good. Predictions were correct. Yeah, the incursions things that happens in Warhammer 2 doesn't happen in Warhammer 3. So that has not been a part of any of the Bretonnian factions since the launch of Immortal Empires. What did I want? I want growth. Marienburg must grow. Oh, I want money. Oh, money.
My blade is ready.
Let's see if if I do the handoff trick, I could get these troops into fighting without being tired, as if they were force marched. However, I've found that it can cause problems with attaining the settlement after the fact, so I'm not going to do the fancy little handoff trick. So just encircle for now until I bring in my reinforcements. Remember, shut off technology. That doesn't rhyme, but you get the gist, hopefully. Alright, he can go in for should have sent her in first. He's gonna capture it after the fact.
We have met before.
She can come. Hey. Let's see. They change where the movement thing is slightly. 16% lock, yeah, 16% movement lock. But she'll be able to move out of the zone a little bit faster. Probably could have gotten her another half a tile away, but then I'm on the risk of her not getting a reinforcement and have to redo the movement. It's really annoying, and I don't want to do that. I'm not going to do that. Oh, before I do this, let's see, I'm at full strength for this turn's worth of diplomatic actions. Ah, yeah, I should have waited for the non-aggression pact. I might have been able to get some moonies out of them. Just have to see if it improves.
Those seeking my counsel,
Kind of wanted to be friendly with her. I'm going to be attacking her. There's no point establishing an agreement with her for now.
I will hold my hate.
Now.
Dominating.
Prince of Elfwan. Northman.
Oh, Bjornling. Sometimes you can get non-aggression pact with them. That might help offset their aggression towards you. Little word to the wise, because they start off at war with Marienburg, and they love that you screwed up Marienburg on first turn if you're able to achieve what I just did.
The Empire.
And they're still neutral-ish. Be a while before I really love taking Midlands. There's another pastures right there, and there's a timber resource in this next territory, and it's a nice major settlement over here. That's all I can do for this. So
I shall prevail.
do the battle. On reinforcement range. Very good. I'm gonna grab some water really quick. Loading. All right. It's getting thirsty. 51 minutes. Let's see if I can finish this in under 10 minutes.
Louen Leoncoeur.
The end of the episode.
King Louen. What do you mean? Targets.
I wish it would save formations and or hotkeyed units between battles. That would be nice. Like, I was talking to Mercy the Mad during one of his streams, and they did kind of... I've seen it where they do save your formations sometimes, but I'm not sure how that happens, why it happens, if it's supposed to happen all the time. It most certainly does not happen all the time. So I'd love it if it did happen all the time, and it would make my micromanagement and min-maxing where I have specific characters and specific hotkey groups and stuff, and make it a lot better and easier, but they don't have that. So CA, if anybody from CA is listening, please implement that again. If there's modders out there that know what I'm talking about and already have a solution, and have it so that their mod makes formations between battles work, cool. I want to try it. I would try that mod. Barring that though, just have to do muscle memory on what I hotkey. So reinforcements show up instantly. It's a nice feature of Warhammer 3. Have the time gated stuff, and sometimes, but I do really like in Warhammer 2 that they come in instantly. I honestly kind of prefer that in a lot of scenarios. Some scenarios I do like the Warhammer 3 variant, but yep, they're nice and hidden over here. Somebody wasn't aware there's a hiding spot in these trees somehow, some way, even though they're sticking out over here. Apparently they can't see them from where they're gonna be set up. I don't know how the game knows that, but the game knows that, and I know about it, so I take advantage of it. Alright, the Priestess Knight's in. Gunning for that,
Priestess of the Lady.
what's the name of that unit again? Doom Diver Catapults. Yeah, those boys. They're nasty. Can't do too much to mitigate the damage from them. Probably take a couple losses. Yeah, one of them's gonna die right here. At least, if not two. Can't really dodge them that much. Yeah, one of them's dead. Alright, so let's use that one to juke and dive. Come on, go for the Knights of the Realm, you silly Goblin Wolf Riders. Yeah, you want to fight those Knights of the Realm, don't you? Oh, look at how tasty they look. Oh, they're so intimidating, aren't they? Yeah. You definitely want to go for them, don't you? Doing their job, they're taking some arrow fire, but they'll probably finish them off too long. Get through them. It's okay. You guys need to move, move. About to get flanked. Oh, what's going on over here? Louen's still okay. Oh, put her in the rock. No, move. Get out of there.
Immediately!
They're gonna take some long.
Immediately!
Few of them got stuck. This is normal being stuck and a good thing.
King Louen Leoncoeur! Moving a base! At once!
I hate when stuff gets stuck the way it does in Warhammer. Well, it does happen in Warhammer 2 as well. But now with the new Grail Knights and stuff, they don't get stuck so much. Very nice. That's the one downside that I'm not a little bit less happy about with Warhammer 2 in comparison. Is that the Grail Knights and Grail Guardians Warhammer 3 now with their new buffed changes, they're pretty crazy. They're bonkers. I love them. I was just talking to a couple acquaintances, friends earlier today about how the changes are very nice and I like. Well, that's okay. So much of the rest of this is so much better than what we have in Warhammer 3 at the moment that it's kind of a nice breath of fresh air, I think. Nope. Let Louen get surrounded. That's okay.
Now! Lance is ready! Swiftly! Riding out! Quickly now!
No!
Post haste! With all haste! The Lowry to Bretonnia! Advance!
Almost.
At once! With speed!
Alright, alright.
Yes!
The ladies will! Apace!
Hurry! Apace!
Not doing the best. That's silly. Well, this isn't going that well. We got rid of the Doom Divers.
Immediately!
Definitely should not have let these guys. I've gone out of this battle, I swear to God, with 0 losses before. And here I get Louen surrounded and almost killed. This is embarrassing. Oh well. I'm gonna lose the Pegasus unit. I might.
Ready! Glory away! At once! Take the ground! Take the ground! At speed!
There we go. Come on back, Louen.
On to glory! At speed!
Post haste!
The lady wills it! Post haste! Moving at pace! Moving at pace!
At speed!
Kill them all! Good feet! Slay them!
I am now my bow!
Defenders of the earth! Understood! Hastily! With haste! It's
Not such clean micro here, but that's okay.
for the king!
Like I said at the beginning of this recording, not everything needs to be perfect.
Champion
'Cause this
of the
certainly
lady.
isn't perfect.
Advance!
That's for damn sure.
At once! Apace! Post haste!
Post haste! Force squeeze!
To my banner!
Let's just let Louen sit this out for the rest of the battle. I kind of overused him a little bit there.
Knights of the air! With haste! At speed!
Oh, they got sandwiched.
Immediately!
Pegasus Knights! For Bretonnia!
Swiftly! At once! At speed! Moving apace!
This unit. Don't flee.
Priestess of the Lady! Quickly! Swiftly! Pegasus Knights!
Noble knight! Post haste!
Or better be right in our grasp.
At once!
Immediately!
Let's get going!
Honor the lady! Quickly now! To the suite! Apace! Honor awaits! Pegasus knights! Post haste! Full tilt!
Hastily! Swiftly! Put it!
We obey! Full take the ground! Hastily! Orders! At speed! For Bretonnia! Man of Bretonnia! King of Bretonnia! We
There goes all of my conversation skills now that I had to micro a little bit and I screwed up in the battle. Yeah, this was not my finest moment. It's okay.
Pegasus knights!
I'm gonna pull out. No units are lost. It's okay. These things happen.
For honor!
I just have to stop bragging so much, that's all.
I am with you!
Maybe I've been auto-resolving too many battles and I'm rusty and I need to practice here like I'm practicing now.
Take the ground! The king! Knights of the realm! At speed!
I don't need to take.
With
Come on
haste! Immediately! Pegasus Knights! Noble Knights! Protector of the Isle!
Bretonnia needs me!
The lady's chosen! Knights of the Well! Bretonnia! Die, fiends! We serve the king!
There we go. Army losses. Finally.
Lord of Bretonnia! The lion! Advance!
It is her will! For my lady!
I got plenty to heal up. That's okay. I'll have him rest in Marienburg over the end turn. It'll be fine. Not gonna get enough kills to make it worth it. Let's just get him to off. Even though he'll be resting in a settlement, the settlement will be the mountains one that we're about to gain access to because of this. I want to dump all the magic as soon as the cooldown's off each time. I could get a couple more spells maybe, but I might walk off the battlefield before I'm able to push off casts. Did she take any hits? No. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm gonna micro it. It's gonna be great. Yeah. I did not micro that very well. Steal a couple more kills over here. I don't think it'll make it too much harder next turn. I'll be missing quite a bit of their models. Probably only get up to about 12 or 14 units in that one, and this one would be up to about 18-ish. 18 to 20, I think. Louen being a little wounded might hurt. He might heal 100% if I get one or two more heals in. I don't know if I can get a second heal. If I cast this one, I might not have enough magic, but I might not have enough time. Oh, nope. I just saw what happened over there. I'll have enough time now. Yeah. This will be fine. One more heal. He'll be healed to full over the end turn while sitting in the settlement there. Alright. Good enough. Not my best battle. that's awful. That was very poor use of my poor Pegasus Knight. It's all because I let Louen get stuck there. If I had been able to juke and dive with Louen and do cycle charging and stuff, everything would have been fine. But he got totally surrounded and messed up by enemy lord. 818 value. Way more than even Louen got himself. I should have done a few more offensive spells. Maybe would have swung the battle a little faster. Oh well. Still won it. Decisive anyway, too. I've had Pyrrhic wins on that one and actually lost a unit or two over the years when I've been practicing and doing it over and over. But not my best, not my worst. It's fine. Good benchmark. A little over the hour mark. I want to finish up this turn. We'll look into ending this episode. So this will be episode 1. Do a full new series here and see how far we can get. I don't know if we'll ever get up to the point where it'll be endgame and facing chaos invasions, but maybe if I finish up the chivalry instead of doing the money thing I like to do with Marienburg, I will actually just finish a campaign. Alright. Key to the strategy, do the smash and grab. I like to refer to it as the Blitzkrieg. Louen. Force march there.
You seek
and 6, 3, only 3. So 9. Ugh, it's abysmal. The replenishment rate's even worse than I remember it being. That's okay. Alright, that. And I've been really enjoying the Brannon's Thunderbolt. I mean, Wind Blast is usually the go-to, but I want to give Thunderbolt a better shake going forward.
My strength and wisdom are yours.
Just occupy.
Blessings of the lady.
Do not tax it because I do not care about 20 gold. Get rid of this crap. Let that be damaged. She walks over here. She'll help out for the next battle. Do I even need that on her? Put that on. Yeah, I can put that on her. Way better. She did get a student. That's good. Still don't think it'll shave off any time off of any of my researches. But if I get, I think one more, some of the researches might be slightly faster. Some of the ones that take like more than 4 turns might get affected. Not that that'll help now, but going forward. All right, let's get. Ooh, who do I want on the boat? I want this guy on the boat. All right, here's the key to my strategy. Pledge him to knowledge, so he'll get ranks up for the Knight's Vow, research things. And instead of the V for chivalry, he's done the Knight's Vow, so I didn't do that with K. K, and he's jousting, so just J, and then Bodhi. AJ Bodhi. And as soon as I can, I'll take him off the mount to save an extra 50 gold. And he's gonna go down and meet Rapunzel. That's a #1 goal. Meet Rapunzel ASAP. Because she might get killed, and or you might have a good time to confederate with her. That's always preferable over other combinations. Oh. Well, I do need another magnanimous. A magnanimous. I didn't even get one yet. She can be pledged to order. Right, Ada. The first of many Adas, maybe. If any of these campaigns go like my other ones did. I can spell. And that'll count for that for once.
We have met before.
I usually disband that second lord as I take Fort Bergris on this next turn. Can be damaged, that's fine. Did I meet anybody? You improved. I already checked through all this before. I won't have to check as much. I don't think I met anybody. I should just stop. But I want to look. I have to know. Did it change? No, it didn't change. Everything's fine. 2 turn. I could squeeze a turn out of this to get the extra growth. It's only 50 growth. I don't think it's going to shift stuff around that much. 60, 61, 20. I'd have to have 2 turns of it, and I only want it on for 1 turn. It's nah, I'm just gonna leave it because I forget if I switch it. I should probably end the episode. I'll end the episode as soon as this finishes loading, then I'll just check over my footage and see if it's good. I might do a second episode right after and just take the fort, but it'd be good to keep these slightly smaller than like many hours length in case I have some sort of technical glitch or problem because I'm new to all of this. Yeah. Alright, no special events, positive or negative, which is kind of a drag. Hoping there's gonna be something cool, but alright, well I guess that's episode 1. I made it all the way to turn 3. This is almost as bad as me playing Axis and Allies, as my friends in real life know. 20-hour games just to get like 6 turns in. That's just the way I play games. I had fun doing it. Well, I hope you guys had fun. Hope you guys have a good night, a good day, however life is treating you. I don't know what to say here, so I'm just gonna bid you a fond farewell, and goodbye for now.